So this portion is Nitzavim, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, in Deuteronomy 29 verse 9 till 20. So let's read from verse 9 just before I read. Father, thank you for your word. Strengthen me and those who are listening, and open our ears to hear and what the Spirit has to say to each one of us. And may you lead us, may you comfort us in this season and help us to prosper and to choose life and good and blessing what you want. And so I pray in Yeshua's name, amen. Therefore keep the words of this covenant and do them, that you may deal wisely and prosper in all that you do. All of you stand today before the Lord your God, your heads, your tribes, your elders, and your officers, even all the men of Israel, your little ones, your wives, and the stranger and the sojourner in your camp, from the hewer of your wood to the drawer of your water, that you may enter into the covenant of the Lord your God, and into his oath which he makes with you today, that he may establish you this day as a people for himself, that he may be to you a God, as he has said to you, and as he swore to your fathers Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It is not with you only that I make this sworn covenant, but with future Israelites who do not stand here with us today before the Lord our God, as well as with those who are here with us this day. You know how we lived in the land of Egypt, and how we came through the midst of the nations you crossed. And you have seen their abominations, their idols of wood and stone and silver and gold, which were among them. Beware lest there should be among you a man or woman, a family or tribe, whose mind and heart turns away this day from the Lord your God, to go and serve the gods of these nations, lest there should be among you a poisonous root that bears gall and wormwood, and lest when he hears the words of this curse and oath he flatters and congratulates himself in his mind and heart, saying, I shall have peace and safety, though I walk in the stubbornness of my mind and heart, bringing down a hurricane of destruction and sweep away the watered land with the dry. The Lord will not pardon him, but in the anger of the Lord and his jealousy will smoke against that man, and all the curses that are written in this book shall settle on him. The Lord will blot out his very name from under the heavens, and the Lord will single him out for ruin and destruction from all the tribes of Israel, according to all the curses of the covenant that are written in this book of the law, so that the next generation, your children who rise up after you, and the foreigner who shall come from a distant land, shall say, when they see the plague of this land and the diseases with which the Lord has made it sick, the whole land is brimstone and salt and a burnt waste, not sun oil, bearing anything where no grass can take root, like the overthrow of Sodom and Gomorrah, with Admah and Zeboim, which the Lord overthrew in his anger and wrath. Even all the nations shall say, why has the Lord done this to this land? What does the heat of this great anger mean? Then men shall say, because they forsook the covenant of the Lord, the God of their fathers, which he made with them when he brought them forth out of the land of Egypt. For they went and served other gods and worshipped them, gods they knew not, and that he had not given to them. So the anger of the Lord was kindled against this land, bringing upon it all the curses that are written in this book. And the Lord rooted them out of their land in anger and in wrath and in great indignation, and cast them into another land, as it is this day. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, but the things which are revealed belong to us and to our children forever, that we may do all of the words of this law. And when all these things have come upon you, the blessings and the curses which I have set before you, and you shall call them to mind among all the nations where the Lord your God has driven you, and shall return to the Lord your God and obey his voice according to all that I commanded you today, you and your children with all your mind and heart and with all your being, then the Lord your God will store your fortunes and have compassion upon you, and will gather you again from all the nations where he has scattered you, even if any of your dispersed are in the uttermost parts of the heavens. From there the Lord your God will gather you, and from there will he bring you. And the Lord your God will bring you into the land which your fathers possessed, and you shall possess it, and he will do you good, multiply above your fathers. And the Lord your God will circumcise your hearts and the hearts of your descendants to love the Lord your God with all your mind and heart and with all your being, that you may live. And the Lord your God will put all these curses upon you, your enemies, and on those who hate you, who persecute you. And you shall return and obey the voice of the Lord, and do all his commandments which I command you today. And the Lord your God will make you abundantly prosperous in every work of your hand, in the fruit of your body, of your cattle, of your land, for good. For the Lord will again delight in prospering you, as he took delight in your fathers, if you obey the voice of the Lord your God, to keep his commandments and his statutes which are written in this book of the law. And if you turn to the Lord your God with all your mind and heart, and with all your being, for this commandment which I command you this day is not too difficult for you, nor is it far off. It is not a secret laid up in heaven, that you should say, who shall go up for us to heaven and bring it to us, that we may hear and do it? Neither is it beyond the sea, that you should say, who shall go over the sea for us to bring it to us, that we may hear it and do it? But the word is very near you, in your mouth and in your mind and in your heart, so that you can do it. See, I've set before you this day life and good, and death and evil. If you obey the commandments of the Lord your God, which I command you today, to love the Lord your God, to walk in his ways, to keep his commandments and his statutes and his ordinances, then you shall live and multiply, and the Lord your God will bless you in the land into which you go to possess. But if your mind and heart turn away, and you will not hear, but are drawn away to worship other gods and serve them, I declare to you today that you shall surely perish. You shall not live long in the land which you possess over the Jordan to enter and possess. I call heaven and earth to witness this day against you, that I have set before you life and death, the blessing and the curses. Therefore choose life, that you and your descendants may live, and may love the Lord your God, and obey his voice, and cling to him, for he is your life and the length of your days, that you may dwell in the land which the Lord swore to give to your fathers, to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Till there.